Good afternoon, students. Am I audible? You see, we have already completed that kernel design process for mobile boundary. Okay, so today we are going to discuss the process for designing kernel for rigid boundary, or you can say non-erodible boundary. Okay? So designing of rigid boundary kernel, are also known as non-erodible channel. Okay. So in that particular case, we have two methods. One is method of economic section and another one is method of permissible velocity. Okay. We have two methods. One is method of economic section. Another one is methods of permissible velocity. You kindly write down for designing of rigid boundary, or you can say non-irritable channel, we have two methods. One is method of economic section, and another one is methods of permissible velocity. Okay, so that the methods of economic section is already we have studied. Okay, so you have also studied in fourth or third semester also in hydraulics paper, fluid mechanics and hydraulic machine. In that particular paper, you have already studied about economic section. Okay, so to design that particular channel, if we use the economic condition, then that method is called economic section. Okay, suppose for that particular question, in that particular question, design a rectangular channel in non-erodible, that means rigid boundary, in non-erodible boundary with discharge is given 20 meter cube per second. You kindly write down this numerical. Okay, okay. So you write down the questions. Design a rectangular channel in non-erodible boundary with discharge of 20 meter cube per second and bed slope is 1 by 3000. Okay, 1 by 3000. And n is also given 0.015. Okay, 0.015. So now it's given as a rectangular channel. So if I want to use the method of economic section, then we have to use the economic condition of a rectangular section. Economic condition of a rectangular section. For example, b is equal to twice y. Okay, this is the condition for your economic section of a rectangular section. Okay, so this is a economic condition for a rectangular section that you have already studied in your lower classes. Okay, I think it's in third or fourth semester. Okay, so we are going to use this expression in this numerical, okay, to solve this numerical. So here what is given, non-erodible boundary channel is given, discharge is already given, that is your 20 meter cube per second. Okay, bed slope is also given, that is 1 by 3000. Okay, so this you can also write b by 2 is equal to y. Okay, it's up to you what you want to write. B is equal to twice y, or half of the width of the channel is equal to depth of flow. Okay, now you take discharge equal to area multiplied by velocity. Okay, area velocity, see Manning's equation is Manning's coefficient is given, so in place of velocity we are going to use Manning's equation. Okay, into r to the power 2 by 3 multiplied by sb to the power half. Okay, this is the Manning's equation. So this you can bring it in the left hand side. Sb to the power half. Okay, so if you bring it here, q multiplied by n divided by root over sb is equal to ar to the power 2 by 3. Okay, ar to the power 2 by 3. Okay, so from this expression you can find out the ar to the power 2 by 3. Find out how much you got, because this charge is known to you, that is 20 meter cube per second is given, and value is given, and slope is also given. So what we did, all the known values we bring it in the left hand side. Okay, to find out the right hand side, that is r area is not given, r is also not given, r to the power 2 by 3. Okay, so this two term is not known to us, so that is why we bring all the known parts in one side and we find out this value. See, you are getting the same value or not, 16.43. Okay. So next, for a rectangular channel, area is nothing but width of the channel multiplied by depth of flow. Okay. Okay. But we have that expression B is equal to twice Y from the economic channel condition. Okay. This is your economic condition for a rectangular channel. Okay. So if you apply this in place of B, you can write twice Y, so it will be twice Y square area. Okay. The area will be your twice Y square. Then for weighted perimeter of a rectangular channel is nothing but B plus twice, sorry, B plus twice Y. Okay. Again, in place of twice B, you can substitute twice Y plus twice Y. Okay. So area is your twice Y square, and weighted perimeter is nothing but your 2 plus 2 4 Y. Okay. Okay. So we have used the economic condition of a rectangular channel, okay, to solve this numerical. What we did first we have used that area, discharge equation, that is nothing but area into velocity. In place of velocity we have used Manning's equation. Why? Because in the question Manning's n is given. Okay. So after that we bring all the known parts in one side and all the unknown parts in other side. Okay. So it will come as Q multiplied by Manning's roughness coefficient divided by root over bed slope is equal to AR to the power 2 by 3. Okay. So we substitute all the known values and we find out the AR to the power 2 by 3. Okay. Then we know area of a rectangular channel is nothing but width of the channel multiplied by depth of flow, as the economic condition of a rectangular channel is B is equal to twice Y. So what we gonna do? We are substituting in place of B as twice Y. Okay. So that area expression will become twice Y square. Okay. And we all know parameter, weighted parameter for rectangular channel is nothing but B plus twice Y. And in place of B, again we are going to substitute the economic condition. Okay. That is twice Y. So if you add, you will get weighted perimeter for that particular rectangular channel is equal to 4Y. Okay. Now we need to find out the R value. R is nothing but A by P. Okay. Area we have already got an expression of twice Y square, and this is your 4Y. Okay. So this is you will be Y by 2. Okay. So your R is nothing but Y by 2. Now in that particular equation, that equation number 1, you substitute area equal to twice Y square. Okay. And in place of R, you can substitute Y to the power 2 to the power 2 by 3. Okay. Is equal to 16.43. Okay. So now you have one equation with one unknown. So you can find out the Y value from here. Okay. You find out the Y value. How much you got the y value? 2.61. Okay, it's correct. Yeah. So y value will be 2.61. Okay. Now to design that particular rectangular channel or to construct that particular channel, we need the width of the channel and definitely the depth of that particular channel. Okay, maximum depth. Okay, so that why we have calculated 2.61 meter. Okay, so now we are going to substitute freeboard. Okay, that is 25% of y. Okay, as a freeboard, 25% of y plus y. That will be your design y. Design y. Okay, the design depth of flow will be 25% of y plus y. And see how much you got. I think it will be 3.26. Check it once. Okay, yeah, how much you got? 25% of y plus y. That will be your design depth. Okay. We got that depth of flow is 2.61. Then we will provide some extra. Okay. Just in case if the discharge is more than 20 meter cube per second, then there shouldn't be any overflow. Okay. How much you got that new depth? Or you can say design depth. Okay. So for this particular design depth, you have to find out the width of the channel. Okay. So again, you are going to use that economic condition. Okay. So you multiply by 2 and you will find out the design width. So that which you are going to provide here and the depth you are getting that 3.26 you are going to provide that particular depth for that rectangular channel. Find out the width of the channel. Over. Okay. So the this is the method of economic section. Okay. So we use this method to design rigid boundary channel or you can say non-erodible channel. Okay. Next we have another method that is called method of permissible velocity. First we discuss the steps and then we will move on to the numericals. Okay. Okay. So method of permissible velocity. Okay. So you can write down the steps. It's very simple. Steps required for designing by permissible velocity. Number one, assume a permissible velocity within a limit of 1 to 0.91 meter per second. Okay, the limit of this is nothing but 0.6. Limit of 0.6 meter per second to 0.91 meter per second. Okay, that permissible velocity also depend on your silt. Okay, next step is to fix the bed slope. Okay, based on the topography of the field. Okay, based on the topography of the channel. Okay, number three, select the Manning's N based on the roughness of the bed. Okay, so this number three, you have to take various cross section, and then you have to release some discharge, and then you find out the Manning's N. Okay, or if you are it this N is also depend on what kind of material you have used to line that particular canal. Suppose this is your trapezoidal canal, and to line that particular canal you have used brick wall, then your N value will be different. Okay, then to line that canal, if you use a concrete or if you use mortar, then your roughness coefficient will be different. So depending on the materials that you are used to line the canal or to fix the boundary of the canal, your N values varies. Okay, so that is why it is written here, select the Manning's N based on the roughness of the bed. Okay, so there are already various experiment is already performed, and you have that table also, various table related to Manning's N for different materials. Okay, for different materials you have different Manning's N. This thing is already done by various people. Okay, this is easily available, this part. Okay, next is to find out the side slope for a trapezoidal or triangular, or you can directly assume also one horizontal is to one vertical. Okay, so for the particular discharge, definitely the discharge is already known. Okay, bed slope, we have to fix that bed slope depending on the topography of the channel. Then we have to find out the velocity. Then we have to take the area equation. It's similar to your previous numericals that you have solved. Okay, then we have to ultimately we have to find out the y value. Okay, z we are going to consider 0 for rectangular channel, and width of the channel we are going to consider 0 for triangular channel. If the channel is triangular, then we don't have any bottom width, so we are going to consider 0. Okay, so this expression is nothing but your expression of a trapezoidal channel. Okay, so most likely we are always prefer for trapezoidal channel. Okay, then we are using continuity equation, that is nothing but discharge is equal to area into velocity. Okay, then as we have already used Manning's equation, so using that Manning's equation you can find out the velocity. Okay, after calculating y, that slope you can determine by, or you can fix that slope by with respect to the topography of the channel. Okay, and it depending on the type of materials that you have used to rigid the boundary. Okay, velocity, if you can find out the area, then you can directly find out the velocity. Okay, so don't worry, we are going to solve one numerical related to this. Okay, then solving 1 and 2, you can find out the b and y similarly, and then we have to provide freeboard. So here, if that flow is less or discharge is low, then we are going to provide 25%, or the discharge is high, then we are going to provide 30%. Okay. Or there is another option, we can select in between these two. Okay. If we are not sure that this discharge will be high or low, then we can select a percentage between these two, 25 and 30. Okay. So these are the steps for permissible velocity. So we are going to solve one numerical related to this. Okay, then it will be more clear. Okay, okay. So this is a numerical. You can write down the numerical. Okay, design a non-irritable boundary channel laid on a slope of 0.0016 with discharge of 9.1 meter cube per second. So assume n is equal to 0.15 with the permissible velocity 1.3 meter per second. When we talk about permissible velocity, that means that velocity inside that particular channel, velocity of flow inside that particular channel cannot be greater than 1.3 meter per second. Okay? So what is given? Slope is already given. Discharge is also given, 9.1 meter per second. Manning's n is given and velocity is given. Okay. So we are going to consider that trapezoidal channel, and z value we are going to assume is equal to 1. Okay, so discharge is nothing but your area into velocity. Area is equal to discharge by velocity. So you can find out the area. Okay, so discharge is 9.1. Velocity, maximum velocity is given 1.3 meter per second. Okay, so you can find out the area. 7 square. 7 meter square. Okay, okay. Then you use the area expression of a trapezoidal channel. Okay, so this area is known to us. You can directly substitute here 7. Okay, and give equation number 1. You're getting the same value for area. Okay, then you're going to use Manning's equation, because the Manning's n is already given in the equation. Okay, so we are going to use Manning's equation. From here, velocity is known to us in that particular equation, and value is given, slope is also given, so you can find out r to the power 2 by 3. Okay, or you can directly find out the r value. Okay, so from that Manning's equation, try to find out the r value and see you are getting 0.34 or not. Okay, slope is already given, Manning's n is also already given, velocity is also given. Okay, so only unknown is that hydraulic radius, that is r. Okay, how much you got for r? Okay, 0.34. Okay, so we all know r is nothing but a by p. So r is equal to 0.34, and then is equal to a by p. Okay, okay. So now see, you can do like this, or you can directly find out, because the area value we have calculated already, 7 meter square. Okay, from here you can find out the weighted perimeter, 7 by 0.34. Okay, and then you use weighted perimeter equation, that is b plus twice y root over z square plus 1. Okay, z square plus 1. Okay, that p value is known to you. You are going to calculate from this equation. Then b is unknown to you, y value is also unknown, z value we have considered 1, so it will be b plus twice y root over 2. Okay, so you can consider this is as equation 2. Okay, so we have equation 1 and equation 2. Okay, in equation 1 we have two unknowns, and in equation 2 also we have two unknowns, so you can solve both the equation and you can find out the b and y value. Okay, you can use calculator. Okay, in that calculator you can directly find out the b and y value. Okay, so this is another, this is one process, or you can also go for this process. Okay, but this is little bit lengthy. Okay, you take a area expression here, perimeter expression here, then you divide 1 divide by 2, then you will finally get an expression for width of the channel with respect to y. Then you replace that width of the channel in equation number 1. Okay, so it will be little bit lengthy. It's better if you go in this process. Okay, and try to find out the B and Y value. How much you got Y value? If you solve, then you will be getting two Y value. Okay. Then for each Y value, you have to find out the width of the channel. One is your 10.89 and another is 0.35. For depth of flow. Okay. So people are getting the same value. Okay. So for each Y value, you try to find out the width of the channel. Okay. Width of the channel. So one will be in negative. So you cannot consider the negative value because our width of the channel cannot be negative. Okay. So that is why this is our correct values. Okay. Y is equal to 0.35 and width of the channel is 19.59 meter. Okay. So as our discharge is very less, so we can directly provide 25% of Y as freeboard. Okay. So 25% of Y plus Y. This will be your design discharge. This will be your design discharge. and this is your design with up channel. Okay, so this meeting is going to end. Okay, so we are almost the end of this unit. Okay, that second unit. So in the next class we can finish it off this unit, and then we move on to our next unit. Okay, that is your specific energy. I think in the next class we have two classes together. So in the first class we are going to complete this unit, and in the second class we are going to start off the next unit. Okay, so first you have to find out the y value. Then for each y you have to consider two width of the channel. So definitely you will be getting one in negative. Okay, so that negative person negative width we are not going to consider. We are going to consider only the positive values, because our width of the channel cannot be negative. Okay, so we'll consider these two positive values, and then we provide a freeboard of 25% depending on the discharge of the flow or discharge that is given. Okay, then we provide 25% as a freeboard, and then we will get our design depth, and for that particular design depth we are going to again determine our width of the channel. Okay, so thank you. So always remember we have four methods. Okay, two for rigid boundary and two for mobile boundary. Okay, so in for mobile boundary we have Kennedy's theory, Lacey's theory. Okay, for rigid boundary we have uh, economic section, and one is permissible velocity. Okay, thank you.